What's up, football fans? After just short of a week of gameplay, I've completed my first season using UNC in the King of Kenan video series. The Chase to 300 is on. In this video, I'm going to go through the first full-length season, and at the end will be all the recruiting versus breaking it up. I made that decision instead of breaking it up between games and recruiting. I just did all the recruiting, and you'll see the results at the end. If you do care about the recruiting, let me know in the comments, and I'll try to sprinkle that in a little bit better in future videos. But I didn't know exactly what you guys wanted to see, so most of what you're going to see is big-time gameplay from the key games throughout the season. To kick things off, I used UNC with the standard rosters on All-American difficulty. So those are the settings. I didn't tweak anything else. Using UNC, I went through and tried to play as much speed as possible. A lot of the games I was in a rush to play, trying to keep up with my other dynasties. So a lot of this year one was just offensive gameplay. So in the videos, you'll notice it's mostly offensive gameplay. Moving forward, it will be a little bit of both. I'm going to try to do a better job of playing full-length games. Part of that was time constraints, and the other part was my team's constraints. UNC had big weaknesses in some areas that I had to recruit to fill. Otherwise, I was not stopping hardly anybody. So some people can look down on that, but for the purpose of this video and to keep it entertaining, I stuck to primarily offense, except for some key situations. So UNC's roster, a little bit of overview. We built an air raid offense, but we lacked a quarterback. So as you'll see through here, the quarterbacks changed. I tried Max Johnson and Connor Harrell, depending on situations. Whoever had the hot hand, that was usually who we were going with. So other than that, we had key offensive players. Not a whole lot of top-end receivers yet. We have a lot of young guys. But you'll see through the roster that there were some talented spots on the team, and it laid a solid foundation for this video series moving forward. So without further ado, we're going to jump into it. Start things off on the road at Minnesota on a Thursday night under the lights in prime time to set the tone for the rest of the season. Let's go, Ozzy! Let's go! Elijah with a pick. That was a great pick. One-on-one, he's good on an island over there. He was a big transfer pickup for Carolina last year. He had a really good season last year. There we go. Let's go over the top. Let's go, Hampton. They answered with a touchdown of their own. And after throwing an interception on the second drive, we turned the ball over to them, and they started marching. Go, Power Eccles. Go, baby. Put 6 on the board. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get there. 75-yard pick 6 for the star middle linebacker. Let's go. We needed that. J.J. Jones down the sideline, maybe. J.J. Jones. J.J. Jones. Let's go. You'll see that a lot this year. His stats are not that good. He has to have really good release, a really good something in those type of stats, because his speed and stuff, he shouldn't be able to do that. The third quarter went back and forth with both teams scoring points, leading us into the fourth with Carolina up 5. Nesbitt, baby. Let's go! It's your boy Bryson Nesbitt.
To come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game.
Here's second pick of the game. Trying to seal the game away. Harris, third pick of the game. Holy cow. Take it back. Take it back. Jakeem Harris, baby. 3 picks. I think it's his first touchdown of the game, but 3 interceptions for Harris. Put it on him. Great defensive performance. Second quarter got a little ugly, but the rest of the game was good. We had 4 turnovers, I think it was. There was no question about who was defensive player of the game. He almost had 4 interceptions, but that was a good start to the season. Carolina had a relatively easy schedule in year one. We're going to fast forward a little bit, but we knocked off Charlotte, FCS Southeast, James Madison, Duke, Pitt, Georgia Tech, Virginia, all leading to a Week 10 showdown at Florida State in Tallahassee. So the reason I don't have much footage from these games, they were back and forth. They weren't always pretty, but we took care of business without having any really close games. So we're going to highlight the Florida State game because that was a huge challenge on the road, top 10 ranked battle. Let's jump into it. So this is going to be my first game of the week. We're closing at the end of the year. Somehow Florida State's lost 2 games and is still 8th in the country, but this is our first ranked game of the year. So it could go one of 2 ways. We get exposed for not being as good as we think we are, or we can shock the Seminoles and turn things around on the national stage. Historically, we've not really won a lot of games like this, so this is going to be a big measuring stick game, as you would like to call it, in a hostile environment. Number 11 versus number 8. No! I suck. That was one thing we couldn't do. We couldn't come in here and wake their crowd up. Our defense was able to make a key stop, giving us the ball back, setting up a second drive where we hope to move the ball down the field a little bit better. Big play. Okay. Crowd's quieted down. Barlow coming in, giving us some valuable reps. I don't want to throw this ball unless it's wide open. We'll play cheesy. I don't care, man. Go, Caleb. Ah. Our defense continued to hold them, set up a long field goal to try to close out the first quarter. Shanked it. Okay. This is going to be a tough game to win. Our drives would continue to stall out, leading to another long field goal attempt right before the half. Didn't get all of it. 2 missed field goals. 3 interceptions and 2 missed field goals, and somehow we're still in the ball game. We got to take the crowd out of it. We need a sustained drive. Got to stop getting behind the sticks. We try pump and go. We have athletes. Chris Culliver takes the top off. Don't turn the ball over, and we can get on the board. Let's go! On the board. Connor Harrell will come in off the bench to score. We're still in it. We just cannot turn the ball over anymore. Oh, Hampton's hurt. This will be Barlow the rest of the way. Connor Harrell to the edge. We're in. Let's go. Right up the middle for Barlow. His best play of his career. The biggest play in his Tar Heel career. Chris Culliver. This is the play of the year. It's the play of the Carolina season right here on the line. He gets a block and the heels are up. Heels take the lead. This has been a hideous performance. 26 seconds. The defense has done it all game long. Carolina turned it over 3 times early. The switch to Connor Harrell. Oof. Turned things around a little for Carolina. Cannot give up any big plays. Ooh, pick that off. Picked off. Marcus Allen. Go down, go down, go down, go down, go down, go down. Let's go. Let's go. Hideous performance. A game we should have not won. We snuck into Tallahassee and we're taking the dub home with us. Let's go. That was the most fun experience I've had playing this game or any sports game in a very long time. Man, that was hideous. Connor Harrell, 100% passing percentage because he just dinked and dunked down the field. Not good, but he ran 2 clutch touchdowns. Big play by Chris Culliver, and then Chris Culliver's rushing touchdown. That was amazing. That's going to help us get a shot at the ACC title, hopefully. We just got to close out a couple more games. We were able to keep the momentum going, blowing through Wake Forest and Boston College before getting to a rivalry showdown with NC State. That one would go back and forth before we finally pulled away in the fourth quarter. They took a lot of things away that we like to do offensively, making it quite a challenge. We beat them, handing them their second ACC loss, but they still finished second in the conference. So that set up a showdown in Charlotte for the ACC title game. So after the shootout last week, we got NC State again fighting for the ACC championship. Last week was a knockout, drag-out fight. This week we're going to try to close it out.
The defense sits back in a zone coverage. Good job here by the quarterback.
Bryson Nesbitt, big play.
And the hits defense looking to scheme that position open for some yardage.
There it is.
Perfect touchdown, North Carolina.
Crossbody throw was not ideal, but it worked.
To sustain their blocks, gave them a chance.
Hold, and then we fumbled.
The defense recovers the fumble. They finally bring him down. Great
the worst luck you could have.
Let's see if the take from the shotgun drops back.
He hit Hampton in stride. Big play. I'm not gonna make that mistake again. There we go. Barlow put 6 on the board. We are so close to the ACC championship, we can taste it. Defense gets the ball back.
First down, looking to throw the ball.
Oh my.
Physical defending. And the quarterback drops back, looking for an open man.
Nesbitt, Bryson Nesbitt. He's trying to close it out. He's trying to be the hero. Trying to close out the half.
2-minute warning of this close, competitive first half.
Martin Hampton touchdown. Give him a Heisman pose. Give him a Heisman pose. No. Too much to ask. Okay, no Heisman pose. So try to hit a field goal to end the half. Noah Burnett, big time field goal kicker this year. The senior has been hitting them, keeping us in ball games, helping us win games. Up 10 as we start the second half. State could not capitalize on getting the ball back from after half. We're up 10. We're going to turn on shoot clock, and we're going to try to move the ball. Lead the clock. Make the college football playoff. Those are the 2 goals right here.
That's costly. First down and 15 now. And they've got him. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw.
J.J. Jones takes the top off. We're going to put State away. Yeah. We're going to put State away. Martin Hampton, another one. Another touchdown. 3rd rushing touchdown. Rocking the baby. Putting State to sleep. But that's how we're going to wrap this one up. Carolina is going to win their first ACC championship in many, many, many years. College football bracket, we got the bye. We're going to be playing the Rose Bowl against Georgia. But what's interesting is you got NC State over there. They edged out Rutgers, so all roads may lead to a third matchup with the Wolfpack. We start this one off halfway through the first quarter, moving down the field. He catches that, he goes for 30 yards. Bryson Nesbitt, big catch, drops it in the bucket. Bryson Nesbitt is banged up, though, so we don't know what he's going to bring to the table. It may be whatever Johnson's brother's name is. I can't think of it off the top of my head. It's late. We're recording this. It's 1:30 in the morning, so pretty sure it starts with a J, but Johnson and Johnson trying to lead us to a title. The field goal unit. And the kick is good. Big kick. Noah Burnett has been huge all year. Carolina. Second down and goal upcoming. They're going to come back. They're going to have to start right here. Snap to the back. Couldn't quite get there. Brought down at the 2. Set up now at the 2-yard line. Can they score here on a third down play? Connor Harrell doing what Connor Harrell does. And he uses his legs. Carolina within a score.
Well, they don't connect here, but this is what you have to do. It's late in the game.
He waited for it to develop. He waited a really long time for that to develop.
Some shots. I'd go right back to for an offense. They make a nice completion here. Thing that really stood out.
Nate McCollum over the middle.
Leighton does both here to set up the offense here nicely.
He bought some time. Now lets it go. He pulls in up the tempo.
Caleb Hood will score a touchdown. A minute 37, one timeout. This is what the game is all about. Last game of the year, can't hold anything back is what the Water Boy says. That's not it. Chris Culliver trying to clutch it up. He's been there all game for the Heels. Can he do it one more time? Down the sideline. Down the sideline. Chris Culliver, huge pickup. He drills it. That was not what they wanted to do. Georgia scores. Carolina, no time left. One timeout. 19 seconds on the clock.
Looking to throw it on first down. Now in the final couple minutes, here's a deep shot.
That'll wrap it up. Carolina has a little ways to go before they can be on the national stage. That's how year one's going to end. They scored. They kicked the field goal, but it was too early, and the season will end on that play. I feel you, brother. I know how you feel. On to the next one. So even though the season didn't end like we wanted it to, we were able to add some accolades to the Tar Heel Wall of Fame. We've won our first conference title of this dynasty run, first of hopefully many. We brought our overall record to 13-1. We took home 6 awards, including Head Coach of the Year and Offensive Coordinator of the Year, the Broyles Award. Hampton took home the Heisman and Best Running Back. Bryson Nesbitt was selected as the Best Tight End, and Patterson took home the Best DB award. Ironically, he didn't play defensive back a single snap. He was exclusively our user linebacker, but still counts. We also added 4 All-American selections and 8 All-Conference selections. The excellent play of the Heels this year led to us breaking 4 school records and producing 5 players in an NFL draft. More on that in a second. This is a sad moment. Happy for him, but sad for the team. After taking home all the major hardware, Omari and Hampton decided to go pro. No chance of persuading him. I tried anyway. He's going. Hopefully he's a projected first round pick. Hopefully he gets drafted in that range so we can get a little bit of prestige from that. Also, we got Gavin Blackwell looking to leave. We're going to try to persuade him to stay just so we're not out of pocket. He decided to stay, but the Hampton loss is going to hurt. We're also losing Ritzy, who was kind of a depth piece, but he had some stats as a defensive tackle. Ordorno, Barlow had some good snaps. We're going to have to replace him. Blasky starting center, starting defensive tackle Hester. Starting guard, Lampkin. Hopefully he gets drafted. McCollum had some big catches down the stretch. Cohen was depth. Criswell was depth. Hood had a couple good touches. He had a couple electric runs that helped us move the chains in some key situations late in games. Nesbitt's going to hurt. He's one of my favorite players in real life, too. I really hate we didn't win the championship because guys like that gave the program a lot, just not able to bring it home. Copenhaver did not get a chance to play. He was the third string. In real life, he's a really good blocker, but on the game, he didn't really have much chance to play in our offense. Nesbitt's projected 5th round. Long snapper's gone. Elijah Huzzy, he had a really good career in his 2 years at Carolina. It might have been 3. I think it was at least 2. He's going to graduate, not going to get drafted. Burnett's not going to get drafted. He had some key kicks. Stick Lane. I'm hoping some of these guys get drafted late, but came on Rucker, 2nd round pick, hopefully. Power Eccles not getting drafted would be a shame. I would be shocked. I would probably question the logic of this game. We're going to miss him. J.J. Jones, I didn't give him the ball enough. Des Evans, didn't use him enough. So that's our losses. We'll come back with hopefully a couple draft picks. So I was right about a couple of things here. We did get a couple of other players that were not on the projected draft ratings. Lampkin and Eccles both ended up being late picks, so that's going to help us a little bit. Where we're really going to get a lot of XP, though, is Hampton going in the 1st round, Rucker going in the 2nd, and Nesbitt going in the 4th. So all told, 5 Tar Heels in the draft. Kind of on pace, a little bit better than the last couple years, but kind of on pace to what's been expected in the Mac Brown era. These are not my players. Can't really take too much credit for this, but moving forward, this is kind of the standard we're going to try to follow. We started off our first complete recruiting class at Carolina, finishing 15th in the country, mostly because we didn't sign any 5-stars. We brought in 33 players. I'm going to go through them real quick just to kind of showcase some of the talent we brought in. We did sign 4 quarterbacks. We didn't really need all 4 quarterbacks, but I'll explain why. Ben Wilhelm, he signed automatically. He was insta-commit. Elite 4-star talent, scrambler. Really interested to see what his stats are. Size-wise, he looks a little bit like Sam Howell, so we'll see if that's another, maybe another pro quarterback coming out of Carolina soon. Then we got Justice Malden, 92 speed, 87 throw power, impact 3-star. Vasco is a transfer from Coastal Carolina. If you watch my other Dynasty, I use him a lot. Very familiar with him. Good solid speed at 81, 93 throw power. He can do a lot of things in case he's going to be a depth piece most likely, but in case we need him. And then Pike here, he had 94 throw power, 94 speed. So normal dev trait, but something we can work with. Halfback, we have to replace Marion Hampton somehow, so we hit the transfer portal. We'll get to that in just a second, though. We start off with Deontay Hartman, 4-star elite halfback, 91 speed, 90 excel, 89 agility. He's going to be quick. He's going to be able to do some stuff. I don't know if he'll replace Hampton, but in a few years on campus, he should be challenging for the Heisman, following his path. We did bring in 2 portal guys, Jamal Haynes, 92 speed, 97 excel, 93 agility. Speed demon, he's most likely to play right away. Transfer junior, probably Amari Hampton's replacement. And then we brought in Roman Himby, also super fast, 93 speed, 94 excel, 93 agility, 92 change of direction. He's a transfer sophomore, so both of those guys are going to have a chance to play. Give me a really dynamic, fast backfield. Receivers, we needed to add a little bit of depth and bring in some more speed because we were lacking in speed. So we did find some. This is a player I'm super excited about, Finau Nye. He has 97 speed, 92 excel, 76 deep route. He's going to be our deep threat. Got good agility, got decent size at 5'11". He's going to be able to take the top off of defense. Elite dev trait. He's going to be really fun to watch. Then we got Paul Fasani. This is an interesting guy throughout the recruitment. I didn't really need a receiver. I didn't really need him, but he kept popping up. Every time I kept looking, I was like, maybe I'll keep pressing him. For a long time, I wasn't giving him a lot of points. He hung around. Glad I signed him. You can see the elite dev trait there. 94 agility. He's going to be a slot guy. He's not going to be taking the top off the defense with 89 speed, but he is going to be dynamic in that medium range. Short route needs some improvement, but with his agility, he's going to be able to do some things for us. The next guy, we had to hit the transfer portal. I didn't really need a transfer receiver, but we went there because, as you can see here, Harbor, I forget where he came from. I have to look that up. 6'5", 242, 99 speed, 99 excel, 89 release, 88 spec catch, 82 deep route. Like with those stats and impact dev trait, only a sophomore, 3 years at Carolina, he's probably going to be winning a Heisman Trophy himself. 6'5" with 99 speed, good luck stopping him. 99 excel on that end around, no one's stopping him. The only people I feel bad for are the receivers in the room that he's taking playing time from. James Irwin, we signed him at the very last week. We had scouted him. We liked what we saw. Big guy, 6'5", 93 jumping, 89 speed, solid traits. Going to be a Mike Evans type guy if we need that. Receiving room is going to be kind of crowded, but we'll see what we got. And then we got Clay Foster. We signed him really early. 94 jumping, 6'2", not as big, but he does have good jumping, similar speed. These two guys are a lot alike. Moving on to tight end, we got McClelland here. He's solid possession. We don't know his speed yet, but he should be all-around tight end, 4-star. I think he was the number 7 tight end in the country, it looks like. And then we got Lincoln. We did look for some speed to kind of pair him up in case one wasn't fast. We got 85 speed, 79 catching, good acceleration. Deep route, not good. Tight ends usually don't have that, but he was the 43rd tight end in the country. For tackles, we brought in one. This guy was at the very end of the recruiting. We got him in the last week as well. We had a lot of points left over. We scouted and threw some points at him and got him. Solid pass stats. Pretty much just a solid round depth piece. Going on to guard, we signed Graham Lake early on, 3-star. Very similar looking. A little more balanced, I think. His run block's pretty good. But we'll see how these guys develop. They're in no hurry to play. Moving on to center, Denario Woods, 4-star dev trait. He's going to have well-rounded stuff, 90 strength as you see right there, 6'3", 294, solid. Probably not having to start any of these linemen right away because of our depth, but we will see as we transition into next season. Lee Knight, another depth piece. We just kind of saw some of these guys. He's a JUCO sophomore. Just guys we kind of looked at. Wilbon, we got him late as well. Impact, dev trait, good pass stats. Just kind of bring him in and let him develop. Defensive end, a position we needed to step up on as we lost our 2 starters. We brought in Heath Bragg, a 4-star impact player, 84 speed, stand up at 6'6". He's gonna be a stand-up defensive end, something that somebody can put speed around the edge. Also good strength. He may be challenging for some awards. Ben Robert here, 3-star gym, impact dev trait, another solid piece. And then we got this guy, another solid piece. He's the opposite. He's not as strong, not as fast, but solid depth. They're not all going to be 5 stars right now with the way we're building our program. Defensive tackles, an area we needed to improve on, losing Hester. We brought in a 4-star dev trait with 85 tackle, 79 speed in the middle of the defense, 90 strength. He's going to be a monster right there in the middle of our defense. And then Tyler Willett, good strength, good speed, good all-round. May challenge when we lose our defensive tackle currently. And then Prude, another 4-star. So we brought in 3 4-star defensive tackles. Solid stats. They're all a little bit different, but 88 strength, 90 strength. So they're going to be strong. Give us a front. Hopefully we can counteract teams like Georgia next year. Outside linebacker, only brought 1 in. We didn't really need any linebacker depth right now. We were going after a big 5-star in the transfer portal, but Georgia Tech edged us out. But he's going to have a chance to play. 88 speed, 75 zone. We're going to be able to user him or have him be our off-ball linebacker. Middle linebacker, we didn't bring any in. We'll need to focus on that next year. Corners, we brought in 2, a slot and a man. So neither one that fit our normal dynamic, but we couldn't really be picky based on the guys that were available. 90 speed, 78 man, which we don't run a lot. 68 zone. Hopefully he's going to come in and develop. 4-star impact player. Good height. So we'll see. We don't really need to play any of these guys. We have young corners that are coming up. Marco Joy here. Good height as well. 94 speed. 90 acceleration. We do not know what his zone is, so it's probably not going to be good. But gives us different types of players in our room. Free safety. Didn't bring one in. Strong safety. Brought 2 in. Both 3-star gems. Star and impact. 76 zone, 86 speed, so not the fastest, but he's got good zone. Right here, 88 speed, 74 zone. And then we replenished our special teams. I accidentally recruited 2 kickers. I don't know what his stats are. I saw him, and I pretty much said we need to recruit this kid. 92 power as a freshman. He's going to be coming from Odessa. So out of Permian, we got him. Decent kick accuracy, but that 92 kick power and the abilities of Mega Leg, we're going to really be able to use him. And then for punter, also got a good kick power punter, 89 power and 76 accuracy. For athletes, we already went through all those. So that was our class, 15th in the country, solid for our first one. Next year, we're going to try to go after some bigger fish, some 5-stars, and see if we can continue to develop the program. So that's year 1 of our 30-year dynasty. Plenty of time left to build our team into a national power. A couple goals for next year is to recruit at a little bit higher level, especially in the trenches. So against teams like Georgia, we're able to move the ball. We'll see how that goes. We have a couple of contributors, as you saw. Most of the super talented guys that are going to play right away are going to be those transfer portal guys. So if you're new to this game, it is worth looking at those guys because they can be instant impact. We'll see that in the next video. Hope you enjoyed this content. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. And be ready for hopefully weekly updates to this series. If there's something you would like to see differently done, drop a comment and let me know. Let me know also which teams y'all are using for your dynasties. I'm curious to see what type of fans we have in our community. But until next time, I'll see y'all on the gridiron.